I am Jenny Liang and I am a Greens Member of Parliament in New South Wales in Australia, and we are committed to an anti-racism and a climate action campaign around the world.
Janet Rice, Green Senator from Australia. I'm working for people and the planet, and go the Global Greens.
Yeah. Oh my God. it's easy for you when you're speaking language. Hi, I'm David from Austria. No kangaroos in Austria, but we are fighting against the climate change. We are fighting anti-corruption, and we are fighting for human rights, and that's very, very necessary because, yeah, Greens in power.
Yeah, I'm Habineza from Rwanda, Member of Parliament. We are fighting for social justice and participatory democracy and climate justice. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Kate Faehrmann from the Australian Greens in the New South Wales Parliament, fighting for climate action. The future is green. We need more Greens elected to parliaments across the world.
Hi, I'm Marina. I'm from France. I'm a local councillor in Metz. It's in the east of France, and the future will be green and feminist, or won't be.
Hello, my name is Andrei and I'm from Green Party of Kurdistan. I'm here for first time. I work for environment. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Very good.
Hello, I am Saleh Alrubaiy, come from Iraq. The world need love, no need the war. Stop war. Thank you. Yeah, stop war. Yeah.
Very good. Come.
Hi, I'm Ursula Perner from the Viennese Regional Parliament. We are for urban planning, which is sustainable. We are for human rights and against corruption, and for a secure planet. We all need a female and sustainable future. If not, there will be no planet at all. So,
Lois Maldonado, Venezuela, diputada regional por el cambio climático y la justicia social.
I am.
Give me the stuff. Give me the stuff. I make a picture of you. Can I make a picture of you?
I'm from Kyrgyzstan. I am leader party of the Green Party Kyrgyzstan. Oh, hello.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't make a picture of you now.
yeah, let's take a picture. Is this yours?
Let's see. And yeah, thank you. Don't look to me. Look to the camera.
Camera.
Look to the camera. Very good.
Oh, thank you.
Very good.
Easy?
Very good.
Suplente de deputada estadual, Brasil. É uma alegria estar aqui nesse grande encontro, é o terceiro que eu participo. E estamos defendendo aqui uma política ambiental mais equilibrada globalmente e a justiça social.
So hi, I'm Carla Piranda, I'm from Brazil and also co-convener of Global Greens Women Network. I'm here to invite you all. We have a meeting now at 1 p.m. and we are very powerful women greening all the planet. So join us. Thank you.
It's okay. Hello, my name is Milka Yamane and I'm a city councillor of the municipality of Amsterdam in the Netherlands, and we are also fighting for climate and social justice.
Amsterdam? Yeah, great. Hey, thank you. Please. Yeah.
Alejandro Aguilera, diputado del Parlamento Sudamericano, del Mercosur. Desde las Américas hacemos presencia en la Mundial Verde, en la Global Green, porque una de nuestras luchas es la causa ambiental. Y esta causa ambiental no es defender la Amazonia de Sudamérica, sino la Amazonia del mundo. Saludos a todo nuestro continente asiático.
Yes.
My name is Shinichi Kusajima from Japan, Tsuruaka City Councillor, Yamagata Prefecture. No dams and no nuclear and sustainable world we need. Global green. Thank you.
Good morning.
Yeah. Where from?
I'm from Germany, from Hamburg to be exact.
Hamburg.
Yes. So in general, in my work for the Green Party, I focus on foreign and security policy. But yeah, I also do work in like anti-discrimination and like gender equality. Those are also other things I focus on. Well, we the German Greens have a very clear position about that we need to stand in solidarity with the people in Ukraine and support them in any ways possible to defend themselves against the Russian aggression and to support them with military means and with all kinds of means.
How do you wish the Ukraine situation? Do you wish
Well, in general, from like a perspective of from my personal view, I would say I cannot speak for the German Greens here, but from my personal view, I hope that Ukraine wins this war, the Ukrainian people win this war, and show that it cannot be allowed that Russia can simply aggress other states and try to move borders with violence. Yes, so nuclear power, I would say, like in Germany, for the German Greens, this has been one of the founding principles to protest against nuclear power since like the 1970s, and like our party was founded on this principle as well.
At first, 38 or 37 nuclear power plants there in...
Yeah, in Germany, I don't know the exact number, but yeah, we had quite a lot of power plants, and then like in the 70s, the first protests started, and we were even able to close down one of the power plants in southern Germany already in the beginning, before it was even built. And then, together with this overall anti-nuclear movement, we managed in the beginning of the 2000s, so like 20 years ago, to actually start and start like the phase out of nuclear energy. Unfortunately, afterwards, the Conservatives gained the majority again, and they reversed that decision and wanted to stay in nuclear power. And then the accident in Fukushima happened, and then also the Conservatives realized, well, nuclear energy is not the solution for the future, and so they also phased out. And now, 2 months ago, in mid of April 2023, we now completely shut down all nuclear power plants. Yes, it is historical, and a very great success, I think, for the green movement in Germany.
I think
I think it's a historical decision, and that also showed that we're on the right track, so to say, from the beginning, and showed that there were too many dangers involved with nuclear energy, and it's not a solution for the future of energy production.
Yeah. Could you tell the Japanese government?
Yeah, like from my personal side, but I would also say perhaps from the German Greens in general, we consider nuclear power is just not a safe technology. It should not be used for energy production, and all countries that use nuclear power should definitely phase out of nuclear power and instead ramp up renewable energy massively, because it's way cheaper, it's less insecure, and you can it also doesn't take as long to build these kind of plants, and it doesn't involve that much resources. So move to renewable energies and stop nuclear energy.
Thank you very much.
My name is Hemi. I'm from Korea. I'm the co-vice chair of Green Party Korea. 저는 한국에서 주로 불평등 문제라든지 또 한국에서 벌어지고 있는 많은 사회적 격차 문제에 대해서 관심을 가지고 있고요. 그러한 문제가 사실 기후위기로 굉장히 악화되고 있다라는 것들을 한국 안에서 더 알려야 된다고 생각하면서 녹색당 활동을 하고 있습니다. 한국에서는 굉장히 많은 불평등이 벌어지고 있고 이런 것이 세습이 되는 사회가 되는 굉장히 나쁜 모습들이 벌어지고 있어요. 특히나 이런 것이 지역 사이의 격차라든지 세대 사이의 격차라든지 빈부의 격차라든지 굉장히 다양한 지점에서 벌어지고 있어서 이런 문제를 한국 안에서 더 이야기하고 또 이것과 기후위기나 생태위기가 어떻게 지구적으로 연결되어 있는지에 대해서 설명하는 것이 굉장히 중요하다라고 생각합니다.
I am interested in inequality, and also like in Korea, the inequality like goes through the generation, and also like we do have issues of age gap inequality, and also gender equality and regions inequality. So I'm focusing on that, and also like I want to relate this with climate justice and stuff like that.
저는 사실 지금 일본 녹색당과 한국 녹색당의 관계를 비롯해서 아시아 태평양의 평화 문제가 굉장히 중요하다라는 생각을 가지고 있습니다. 지금 이제 일본 안에서 굉장히 많이 이야기가 되고 있는 후쿠시마 오염수 방류 문제라거나 또 이것이 갖고 있는 세계적 이슈, 또 이것이 가지고 올 다양한 사회적 파급력에 대해서 글로벌 그린즈가 굉장히 중요하게 생각해야 한다고 보고 있고요. 이것은 단순히 일본이나 한국의 문제가 아니라 아시아의 문제가 아니라 우리의 탈핵이라는 굉장히 중요한 아젠다를 포함하고 있다는 생각이 듭니다. 그래서 더 많은 평화를 이해하고 이야기하기 위해서라도 일본의 이 후쿠시마 방류 문제에 대해서 글로벌 그린즈가 아주 진지하게 대응해야 한다라고 생각하고 있습니다.
So I'm interested in relationship with Japan, and also not only with Japan, like also with Asia Pacific, and we do have problem which is Fukushima water. Yeah. Putong, I'm sorry. Like you should do a lot of editing. Fukushima water, and it's not only like Asia or Japan or Korea's problem. It's like for all the globe. So we should take that seriously, and we should take care like seriously.
Yes. Global Greens. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Hello, I see the conference is very good, and I want to say that every people in the world need the love. Stop the war. Thanks you. I come from Iraq, Saleh Alrubaiy. Thanks.
네, 제 이름은 혜성이고요. 저 한국녹색당 소속입니다. 청소년 녹색당 공동운영위원장을 지냈습니다. 세계녹색당 총회 여러분 만나서 반갑습니다. 웰컴 투 코리아.
안녕하세요. 앤드루예요. 호주 사람입니다. Solidarity. 한국말 다 잊어버렸어요.
안녕하세요. 저는 한국녹색당에서도 제주에서 온 황용훈이라고 합니다. 반갑습니다. 네. 이번에 글로벌 그린즈 2023 한국 인천 송도에서 개최를 했는데요. 이번에 함께 세계 녹색당원들이 글로벌 그린즈가 함께 모여서 얘기하고, 그리고 서로의 용기를 서로 북돋고, 그리고 각 나라마다 너무나 정치 환경이 다르더라고요. 그 환경을 보면서 우리가 함께 해야 할 이 기후위기 시대에, 그리고 기후 정의를 바로 잡기 위해서 함께 할 일들이 되게 명확하구나라고 하는 생각을 하게 됐습니다. 이번에 함께 모인 글로벌 그린스 또 이제 각자의 현장으로 또 돌아갈 텐데요. 정치, 그리고 경제, 사회, 문화 모든 부분에서 정말 우리 함께 글로벌 그린즈의 마음으로 함께 그곳을 푸르르게 만들면 좋을 것 같습니다. 화이팅!
Good morning. My name is Pearson, and I'm from the Green Party of Canada, and the Young Greens of Canada. I come from Winnipeg, in the middle of Canada, in the province of Manitoba. So we're in the prairies, sort of between Ontario and the mountains in Alberta and BC on the west coast. Well, one of the big things is on transportation. Canada, like similar to United States, is very car-centric. Yeah. So we don't have a lot of good public transport system and bike transport system, and that's a big priority for me, especially because in Canada a lot of people can't afford a car to get around, and the transit is very expensive, so they can't afford to get on the bus to go around. So in Manitoba, my province, one of the things we advocate for is free transit. because it will help reduce the administrative costs, and it also will help everyone get onto the transit system. And and then lots of other things in Canada. You've probably heard about the fires happening in Canada right now, and it's the worst year I've ever seen. We have fires on both sides of the country and in the north, and it's
what about energy?
Yes, the energy. Well, energy is a big industry in Canada, and it's very hard to fight against the oil and the gas companies, because the government, all the parties in the government, the Conservatives, the Liberals, and the progressive NDP want to preserve the oil and gas interest and the jobs in that area. But Greens in Canada, we fight for just transition and getting rid of the subsidies, because we give billions of dollars to oil and gas from the government every year. And that's money that could go to help get people out of poverty, or help make new jobs in green industries, or preserve wetlands and wildlife, and stop forest fires and other things. But we spend it on making climate change worse instead. So that's a very important issue in Canada. And one thing I've learned talking to people here at Congress, I mean, I already knew about this, but learning just how many countries. So in Canada, we have a lot of mining companies, and these companies, they go into other countries and steal their resources, and then they don't clean up. So they leave a big mess, big environmental mess in these countries. And so I've been talking to other countries, Macedonia, Kyrgyzstan, some of the African green countries, and we would like to put together some sort of joint working group between Canada and these green parties, so that we can stand up against these Canadian mining companies that are destroying the environment all around the world.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. But I've had a great time at Congress, and especially meeting all the young Greens from around the world, and learning how we're building youth movements, in different parts of the world. So it's been a very cool experience.
In Canada, nuclear power is?
There's a little bit. Yeah. There have been. There's a lot of different opinions as well. Like, most of the nuclear power is in Ontario, and I think we have maybe a dozen nuclear power plants. So it's not a lot, and they aren't super big. And right now, I don't think there's any plans to expand or reduce. I think they just kind of will stay as is for the time being. There are some people who are advocating more, but the stance of our Greens in Canada is that right now, with the technology we have, and especially because it takes so long to build nuclear power safely, and we have so much wind in Canada, so much sun in Canada, so much rivers for hydropower in Canada. It's very easy to have renewable power in Canada. So rather than spending so much money and so much resources to build new nuclear power, we really should be putting that into renewable power and research about new types of energy and energy storage, like batteries and other things, so that we can move to a renewable power grid. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mike Feinstein. I'm a former Green Party mayor and city council member in Santa Monica, California, which is on the west coast of the United States, on the other side of the Pacific Ocean from where the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster happened many years ago. So we share an ecosystem, and the horror of that disaster has been felt by people all over the world, and we're concerned about it. Now, as a Green, we understand that nuclear power is not safe, it's expensive, and that there's no way to deal with the waste. And of course, there's no way to plan for circumstances like happened in Fukushima, where the earth just comes up and shakes. And so there's just no way to do that. And as we look at dealing with climate change, our financial resources are better spent for energy efficiency and renewables compared to the money that countries are saying that they want to spend on nuclear. It's not a renewable fuel, it's not clean, it's not safe. And as Greens, we want distributed generation of power. We want solar power on everybody's roof, not centralized power plants. And they're also, it's just not a question of not being safe with environmental disasters, but they are also military threats. A centralized power station is a target for terrorist attack. We're seeing what's happened in Ukraine, where the Russians are using the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant as a military threat. Right now we've seen with the dam being blown up there in Ukraine, it's losing the water that would be used to cool the rods in the nuclear power plant there. So that should be an education to all of us that the green future, the sustainable future, the just future has to do with energy efficiency and renewables, not with nuclear power.
Yeah, that's great. What about conflict and the war?
So there's a lot of questions about how to end the conflict there, and one of the challenges for us as Greens is that we believe in nonviolence, but we also believe in self-determination, and that people do have the right to defend themselves against an aggressor. And in this case, the Russians have invaded Ukraine, and a lot of the peace movement, I think, makes a mistake of saying this is only a a conflict between global powers, but we have to remember the Ukrainians themselves have the right to defend their own land. I am hoping that they can repel the Russians from their own country, and that then a peace agreement could be negotiated with the territorial integrity of Ukraine intact, and probably some level of international observers along that line. Now, that doesn't mean that Russia doesn't have their own security concerns, and ultimately there needs to be a pan-European security arrangement that respects every country's territorial integrity. The problem is if the Russians are not repelled, then that's a signal that they have a right to continue to go into other countries. There's certainly the people in the Baltics are concerned about that, etc.
Thank you very much.
I know my shit.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
I'm from Brazil. My name is Teresa Brito. Eu represento a Fundação Verde, Herbert Daniel, Fundação Brasileira do Partido Verde, sou a presidente nacional e também sou suplente de deputada estadual no Piauí, Brasil. É uma alegria imensa participar do Global Greens, é o terceiro que eu participo, participei em São Paulo, em Liverpool e agora aqui na Coreia. Está sendo de grande importância a socialização dos temas pelos países apresentados e está enriquecendo muito todo um saber para os verdes mundial. Muito bom, parabéns à organização aqui na Coreia, do Global Greens. Estou feliz de estar aqui com vocês.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Eu sou Teresa Brito, do Brasil, represento a Fundação Verde Brasileira, sou presidente, Herbert Daniel, e também vice-presidente do Partido Verde no Brasil. E sou suplente de deputada estadual, mas já fui 18 anos parlamentar, saí agora recentemente. E é o terceiro Global Greens que eu participo. Participei em São Paulo, Global Greens, e agora aqui, nessa maravilha de cidade e país. A Coreia é muito bonita, muito organizada, fiquei encantada. E o Global Greens aqui também está sendo muito organizado, está sendo muito participado pelos países que compõem o Global Greens, além de trazerem suas contribuições, socializando a nível de mundo, para que nós possamos, além de trazer mais contribuições, unificar a política verde mundial. Parabéns aos organizadores, estamos aí firme como ambientalista nesse Global Greens e no mundo. Obrigada.
estamos aqui participando do último dia do Congresso Global Greens, um grande congresso que vai discutir o futuro do planeta. Os verdes do mundo inteiro reunidos pensando no futuro do nosso mundo e que nós possamos ter um mundo cada vez melhor. Um planeta melhor é possível, mas para que esse planeta melhor seja possível, é importante a união dos verdes e daqueles que se preocupam com a causa ambiental. A sustentabilidade, o desenvolvimento, a ciência e a tecnologia ao lado da sustentabilidade. E é desse jeito que nós esperamos trabalhar por um mundo melhor, nós, verdes unidos de todo o planeta.
Thank you very much.
Sou Marcelo Silva, sou do Brasil, Ceará, sou arquiteto e jornalista e é uma satisfação muito grande estarmos participando do Global Greens. Aqui nós estamos fazendo muitas trocas de informações, estamos ficando com mais sabedoria e é importante que na defesa do meio ambiente, da natureza, nós possamos cada vez mais nos capacitar para que realmente o planeta não morra. Nós estamos num processo de devastação muito grande no planeta. Então, esse encontro aqui na Coreia do Norte tem esse movimento, tem essa intenção de nos energizarmos, de nos juntarmos cada vez mais no mundo. O Partido Verde do Brasil e o Partido Verde de todo o planeta. Viva o planeta!
Thank you.
Hello everybody, I'm Takamizawa from Japan. Let's expand our idea, thought, preserve environment first. For that, do what we can do and do what you can do.
I'm Soo-hyun Lee. I want to stop nuclear power in the world, and we save the earth and for the peace. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's start again. Hello, I'm Axel, working in Hong Kong. I am from Germany, and I'm looking for a world, a green world, where we have safe artificial intelligence working in the interest of the people, of the environment, and of democracy. Thank you. Germany has phased out, as you know, Germany has phased out its nuclear power plants and is now striving very heavily to build an energy system based on renewable energy. The whole world knows we are making progress on this. Also, the world knows that it's a tough ride, that it's a tough job to do, and we are working on it. Energiewende. Our most important point is to phase out the use of fossil fuels in the energy system. That means coal power. We have to really expand renewables fast now, because there's still a lot of coal power. Even after the shutdown of the nuclear power plants, there remains a lot of coal power, and we use a lot of gas in heating systems, for example, and in the industrial sector, gas consumption has to be reduced. We have to electrify transport, heating through heat pumps and so on. That's a major change. The energy transition is going on pretty far in the electricity sector, but decarbonizing other sectors like mobility, industrial use, house heating and so on, that is still a big project for the next coming years, and we are working on it.
I've heard about the Siemens. Siemens was an atomic power plant maker, but now wind turbine maker.
Yes. Siemens is working in all energy sectors. I think Siemens, after it was clear that Germany would give up its nuclear power Siemens decided to move, as far as I know, Siemens decided to move out of the sector. But of course, there are energy producer or involved in energy technologies, turbines and many other things also. I think power switches, transformers and so on. I mean, and for the entire energy sector. So, I mean, large corporations like that, they can work on many areas at the same time. They obviously work on many areas at the same time and are able to drive the energy transition forward, the Energiewende.
Yeah,
Stadtwerke, our communal energy provision or service provision companies.
Yeah, that's a great system.
That is a great system, yeah, it's true. And I mean, there are, we used to have an even stronger sector of communal provision of services like energy, gas supply, and so on. In the 90s, I think many of those companies were, much of it was privatized, and not necessarily for good, with good impact. Yeah, so there are some attempts now to re-establish these kind of communal-based, not government-owned, but city-owned service provision companies. Stadtwerke.
That's great.
Okay?
Great. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Bhandari from Nepali Greens and co-convener for Asia Pacific Green Federations. We are focusing on the main agendas or slogan of this Global Greens Congress is uniting and empowering the world's green movement. And in this regard, we are fully committed with green values and ethics, and we believe that nuclear power is not a solution. It is not a green solution. There are many to whom which we have to explore, but still there are many which has been innovated also. Let's follow the sustainable development policy and make world green. Thank you. In Nepal, we have many infrastructures development going on, including a few international airports which are in a bit of conflict of interest or a bit of not in favor of the environment. So we wish the environmental impact assessment has been well done and plan prepared so that there will be less harm to the environment, and the plan which executed will be green in itself. Okay. Good luck to all the green around the world for upcoming elections.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Hello everyone. I'm Salwa from Indonesian Green Party. So actually our party is maybe quite young. We are already 11 years old this year, and our actions particularly to invite all people in Indonesia, particularly the young people, to be more involved in politics, especially green politics, and we try to advocate many issues in Indonesia, such as for the mining concession, the oil palm plantation, and other environment, and also the criminalization of environmental activists, and then so we try to reach more civil society organization to join with our cause, and to elect green leaders that have care about Indonesian environmental. In the next year election, also in the election in 2029. Yeah, so wish us luck for the elections. Thank you. Okay, so about the palm oil, we know that Indonesia is the biggest palm oil producers in the world. So we hope that our friends in Japan and all over the world can buy the sustainable palm oil, where the palm oil is produced with sustainable ways and fulfill the workers' rights. Also increase the economic status of the people that live nearby the palm oil plantation. And so if you guys go to the supermarket, please buy the products with sustainable palm oil.
What is sustainable palm oil?
Okay.
Please, different.
Okay.
Difference.
Okay. So sustainable palm oils is palm oil that is produced with in sustainable way from the plantation to the consumers. That's so in along the process, along the value chains, the palm oil can be not really, I'll say, decrease their negative impacts to the environment, to the social, and also to the economic condition of the people near that involved in these product chains. So for example, in the plantation, we have to not really use too much fertilizers, and the plantation area has to have high conservation values areas where there are, for example, the areas, the riverside areas, you cannot plant palm oil in the riverside areas, and also in the you cannot open protected forests, and in the palm oil mill, it has to have good waste management, so it will not contaminate the water. And also, and also many processes in the value chain. So we hope you guys all over the world can buy the products with sustainable palm oil. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, okay. I work for how to say, international intergovernmental organization in Indonesia. We research about how to make the policy, sustainable palm oil policy in Indonesia can be complied with many local actors. So actually, right now we introduce a new approach called jurisdictional approach, where if the president pass a bill about the sustainable palm oil, the province and also the provincial government, the regency government can also have their own regulation that is formed by multi-stakeholder processes. So we hopefully with this kind of approach, many local actors can be more involved in the sustainable palm oil, and also so they will be more willing to comply with the sustainable palm oil standards. Yeah. So So if you guys want to know more about sustainable palm oil in Indonesia, you can just search Google search and or YouTube about. There are already many English videos that can explain it more for you. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Austin Bayshore. I'm the international co-chair of the Green Party of the United States. As you may have known, 75 years ago, the Korean War began. However, there is still no peace treaty ending the Korean War. 75 years is long enough. It's time for adults at the table to sit down and negotiate an end to the Korean War. Thank you.
Hola, le habla Antolín Polanco, presidente del Partido Verde de República Dominicana. Hoy estamos en Corea, 4 días en este Congreso Mundial, más de 100 países, más de 100 partidos de los 4 continentes. Hoy cerramos este Congreso debatiendo resoluciones que traerán soluciones de conflicto a nivel mundial, temas como efectos del cambio climático, temas como cómo conservar las pocas aguas que tenemos, temas como ampliar la energía alternativa que estamos usando, temas que van a traer soluciones para preservar este planeta, para preservar la poca agua que tenemos. Así que vamos a pedirle a todo el mundo que se integren a esta lucha para salvar nuestra madre tierra, para salvar nuestro planeta, para que los hijos de nuestros hijos puedan respirar aire puro, puedan tener cómo vivir en este planeta que nos regaló el Señor.
Hello, my fellow Japanese Greens. I'm Silvio Dumitru from Romania. I'm Secretary General of the Green Party in Romania. And very welcome to you. We are now just finishing the Congress, Global Greens here. A lot of people attending this Congress. There is a successful one. We hope that we uniting the green families all around the globe. We're gonna have success in achieving what we want to do for the planet, to improve the nature, and also to reduce the pollution we need. We have to act in this field, and we are confident that together pushing our government, and also we are getting the government, the parliament with the Greens, we become a force to move the planet to a better world, to a better life. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tulkun Bomyalaks. I'm from Mongolian Green Party. The coal power plant has no financing now, but people are pushing us to make a nuclear power plant. So the global community, global Greens, should push for renewable energy instead of nuclear power plant. It's a very urgent matter because it's going to happen someday. But if there is no financing for renewable energy, people could lose to nuclear power plant because they are very powerful. That is my message here.
Hello, I'm Snigdha Tiwari from India. I'm a green climate activist and I'm also a lawyer and I'm also a member of a Green Party in India. I, as a member of a Green Party and the Green Party and the Asian Pacific Green Federation, we totally oppose nuclear in all its form, whether it is for energy, whether it is for hydropower or weapon. Nuclear has done much destruction across the world, and it is time that we totally stop nuclear power in whatever ways it comes. And we as Greens believe that nuclear is not a renewable source of energy. It is the highest polluting source, and we would urge all the governments to stand against nuclear power and switch to more renewable sources of energy like water maybe, or mostly solar and wind. Thank you.
Nuclear power is just so unsafe. We should be getting out of nuclear power. We should be getting out of nuclear energy. We should have disarmament of all nuclear weapons. It just makes sense. And the only reason it's not happening is because of powerful forces who are sending the globe over a cliff. So, no nuclear.
Hi, I'm Christine Milne. I was a former leader of the Australian Greens and I'm now the Global Greens Ambassador. I am totally opposed to nuclear power and nuclear weapons. In Australia we have uranium mines. They have destroyed the country of Aboriginal people, and the waste from those mines still contaminates large parts of Australia in addition to the nuclear tests. The same with the whole Pacific region, where we have suffered nuclear tests and fallout across the Pacific, and of course of the Second World War it was Nagasaki and Hiroshima that suffered, and now we have the potential for Japan to dump the contaminated water. And now we have the situation with Japan where contaminated water from the Fukushima accident is proposed to be dumped into the Pacific Ocean. The Earth cannot sustain the waste and the damage and the contamination from nuclear. The fact is, nuclear power is too slow to address the climate crisis. Virtually no nuclear power stations are ever built on time, always overruns. Secondly, too expensive. They are always millions and millions of dollars more than people say, and it's too dangerous. So too slow, too expensive, too dangerous. For those who now say, oh, I'm really anxious for urgent climate action, therefore we have to have nuclear. No, too slow, too dangerous and too expensive, but also the climate actually destroys nuclear power because our rivers are now heating up, our lakes are heating up, we've got less and less water, and you can't run a nuclear power station unless you've got water to cool the reactor. In Europe, a number of reactors are being forced to close down because they don't have the water to keep them cool. It's why France is now rapidly moving to other forms of renewable energy like solar, like wind. So we have to get to the point where the world recognises that nuclear power is too dangerous, And you just have to see the tension in this region and with the Russians as well in Europe to say no to nuclear.
Say to Japanese government and the politician, please.
It's a big mistake for Japan to pursue nuclear power as a source of energy into the future. I find it difficult to believe that a country which suffered so badly as a result of nuclear weapons in the Second World War, which has now seen many of its citizens deliberately forced from their homes and their whole districts because of contamination from the nuclear accident at Fukushima, how the Japanese government could now say, let's do it again. Einstein said that doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome is the definition of insanity. Well, I would say that Japanese politicians who pursue nuclear in Japan are insane by that definition. After the experience of Japan, now is the time to go to, first of all, reducing demand for energy and then producing energy from renewable sources. There is every capacity. New technology is emerging all the time, making solar, wind, batteries, geothermal, it's all possible. Redesign cities so that there's more public transport, so that there's more pedestrian and bicycles, active transport. It's good for public health, it's good for air quality, and it's great for just the general population. So I'd love to see Japan work with other countries and companies around the world producing renewables to rapidly get away from nuclear and support a genuinely renewable future.
Thank you very much.
Global Greens Congress is an inspirational and powerful event with Greens all around the world coming together to unite our voices against some of the biggest issues of our time. Greens are providing the change in different countries around the world and ensuring that we are creating a future that the future that works for everyone and everything on this planet. There is no room for nuclear power in our future energy mix. It is dangerous and has already affected lives around the world and especially in Japan. We need rapid investments into other forms of renewables to make sure that we stop the development of nuclear in all countries, making sure that we're protecting people for our generation and generations to come.
Hello there, my name is Frank Sheridan, Executive Secretary of the Global Greens. I'm talking to you today from Korea and the final day of our Global Greens Congress here in Korea. We've had an amazing 4 days. We've had speeches, sessions, resolutions, and lots of work and action and activity. This is the place where we bring the Global Green Network together. There are hundreds and hundreds and thousands of Green members around the world. We have over 80 different national parties and different organizations and movements. And this is the moment where we connect, we learn, we share, and we grow. The world faces many, many challenges. We're all clear on that, from the climate crisis, the biodiversity crisis, social justice, poverty, inequality, we can go on and on. But we're here to look for solutions. The science and the policy tells us we have just a short window to make some dramatic changes, and we can lock in a good future for our children and for future generations as well. That is our responsibility. That's what we're here to do today. No matter what report you read throughout all the world, United Nations, environment, biodiversity, state of nature, I can go on again. The next few years, the decisions we make in this time will determine how the 21st century will be. Are we going to make this one of climate and political and societal instability, or are we going to make a change and bring people together and use these challenges as opportunities? And I believe, and we believe, that's what we can do. Global Greens are catalysts for change. Around the world, Green parties are working hard in communities, villages, towns, cities, regions to make a difference, to bring people together, to build consensus and to build connection and push forward the policies that can make a difference and can make this planet a healthy, sustainable and fair place for everybody. It's possible. All the solutions exist. Nothing radical needs to happen except for political will. and there's only one party or group of parties which has the political will, and that is the Greens. So whether you're talking throughout the Americas, throughout Africa, throughout the Asia-Pacific region and throughout Europe, Greens throughout the world are fighting and working hard to make a difference. We do things differently. We build consensus, and we're here to make connections and alliance and bring forward the positive change the world needs. Again, we've got a few short years to make a huge amount of difference. Thank you very much. Please check out all our websites and our social media. Sign up to our newsletter. We'll be having lots of the sessions we've recorded here on YouTube. Follow us, share, like, and grow. We can make a difference together. Thanks very much. Hello, my name is Frank Sheridan, the Executive Secretary of the Global Greens, talking to you today for the last day of our Global Greens Congress here in Korea 2023. I've been asked to deliver a short message to the Japanese government. We are here to build connections and build alliances. Greens around the world are working hard with the right policies and the right actions to make a difference for positive change. The Japanese Greens are an incredibly hard-working group of people who are very, very passionate in the fight for sustainability, renewable energy and social justice. I would ask you to listen and learn and to talk with the Japanese Greens, build alliances and share. Working together we can make a difference. We have just a few short years to make a big difference and to build the kind of world we all want. A world and society and a beautiful country like Japan which is fair, just and sustainable for everybody. The policies are there and the actions are there and the right energy is there. Build alliances, listen and grow and connect. And my heart goes out to the Japanese Greens and the hard work they are doing in Japan. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We are